Today's topic is MRIs and claustrophobia. Hello, my dear friends, and welcome. If you are new to the channel, my name is Vicki Hadge, and this is Even So It Is Well, and I am glad that you are here. On this channel, I share my thoughts on living well with chronic illness. This does not mean that my thoughts are necessarily going to agree with your thoughts, and it does not mean that my thoughts are medical advice. It just means that I'm thoughtful. Today is going to be a little bit different than the typical video you've seen from me so far. In my videos so far, I have offered tips and advice and things that help me live well with chronic illness. And today I'm going to talk about my annual MRI visit. I have claustrophobia. I have claustrophobia. It's pretty bad, and I'm going to share with you some of the things that I do to prepare for my MRI, and I'm also going to share with you how my MRI went. Every year I have at least one MRI. It's my annual MRI, and my neurologist recommends that I have my MRI on a 3T machine, which is 3 Tesla, and that's the strength of the MRI machine, and she recommends this because it gives her the best images. So I am unable to do the open MRI or the wide body MRI machines, so I need to get in that little tube. And it is a stretch for me to do this every year, but there are things that I do to prepare to get into that machine. I make sure that I meditate and I pray, and I take diazepam. I actually take 2 diazepam, little Valium pills for those who are more familiar with that name. When I get in there, I let the technician know that I have claustrophobia. I get a nice warm blanket. I get earphones so I can listen to music. I keep my eyes closed and I think happy thoughts, rainbows and puppy dogs. And it works pretty well. But occasionally things do happen and my nerves get the best of me. I was doing great this year. I was in the machine for a long time. And for those who are not familiar with the sounds of being in an MRI machine, they can sound like this. And they can sound like this. And they can sound like this. And when you're in that machine and it's really close and the mask is right in front of you and it's really close, it's really loud. And sometimes the whole machine shakes while they're doing the MRI, which is very disconcerting as well. But I was doing well. I was doing my body scan meditation, which was kind of ironic because they were scanning my head. This year I needed to be in there for an hour plus because they wanted to do my brain and my thoracic spine. So it was going to be a long one, and I was doing okay until the hot flash hit. Now, you ladies who are of a certain age like me, you know they're very uncomfortable. There have been times where I've had a hot flash and my turtleneck sweaters are too tight and I feel claustrophobic in my own clothing. So I was laying in the machine thinking this is going to end soon, I'm going to be okay, I'm going to be okay. And then comes the heat. And I start to sweat. So they give you this little ball to hold while you're in the machine, and you can squeeze it if you need help. And I said, nope, I'm not going to squeeze this. I must be almost done. I can do this. I can do this. But I'm sweating more, and I desperately want to get the blanket off. But I'm not supposed to move. And even if I could move, there's not enough room for me to get the blanket off. And so I start to hyperventilate, and I start to shake. And then my chest gets tight. And then my throat gets tight. And I think, this is it. I'm going to die. I'm going to die in this machine, and I don't even get to enjoy my Valium. So I start squeezing the ball rapidly. And the technician comes overhead on the intercom, and he says, "Are you okay?" I say, "No, I need to come out now." He says, "We're almost done." I'm like, no, you don't understand. I need to come out now. I need to come out right now. So he comes running in, he turns the machine off, and he pulls me out, and I'm hyperventilating, on the verge of tears, so grateful to be out of the machine. And he was wonderful. He was very understanding, and he was very kind, and he said, "You're going to be okay. It's going to be all right. You don't need to go back in. We're done." I would have hugged him if I could stand up, but my legs were still shaking too much. So I made it through the MRI. Despite my best efforts, I still had a panic attack. I don't like having panic attacks. I don't like losing control, but it happens. And I'm so grateful that I don't have to live with panic attacks on a regular basis. I don't know how people who have them regularly can do it. It's overwhelming. It is exhausting. I was completely wrung out. I didn't get to enjoy my Valium at all because I was so upset by the panic attack. So I lost my good vibes from my Valium pretty quickly. Luckily, my dear husband was there, so I could get some moral support and a hug when I left. So the question of the day is, what are your tips and tricks to get through your MRI if you have claustrophobia? Go ahead and put those in the comments below. Also, if you have your own MRI story, I'd love to hear it. Put it in the comments below too. If you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe and hit the notifications bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. Bye-bye.